Hello, and I'm your host, Sri Iyer. This is PGurus channel. Viewers, we have been trying to up our subscriber count, and I have some good news to share with you. We were at 40%, and thanks to your tremendous response, it is showing an uptick. However, close to 55% of you are watching PGurus videos, and you have not subscribed yet. And I would like for you to subscribe so that you don't have to come looking to our channel for new videos. Rather, whenever a new video goes online, you would get notified. So thank you very much, and click on the bell button. So today's guest is Professor R. Vaidyanathan, and Professor RV is going to don the cap of a psephologist, and going to give us his prediction for how Karnataka is going to vote in Lok Sabha 2019 elections. Welcome to PGurus channel, Professor RV.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be part of the channel.
Sir,
and I'm sure you would tell the customary request to the viewers to subscribe to the channel, right?
Yes, yes. Thank you very much for that. And your viewers, Professor has said you're all students and you are still learning from the professor. You want to get a name? Subscribe. So,
yes.
So what does your crystal ball say, sir?
Sorry.
What does your crystal ball say about Karnataka?
My crystal ball, okay. If I recall, you mentioned that I'm type of a psychologist, or right?
Psychologist, yes, yes.
No, that's a very tricky thing to address these days. You know, economic experts, this cryptologists, psychologists are all very abusive terms actually. So not anyhow. Normally, as I have already told, we should not confuse between wish and prediction. This is very, very important. Most of the people who are dealing with election, they have their wishes, nothing wrong about it, and they should not, connect it to prediction. That is the most important thing. The prediction is supposedly based upon objective factors. In the sense, see, for instance, your wish may be that, this Congress comes to power or BJP come to power or something. But the prediction could be different than that, based upon what is available data with you and what is your. Anyhow, we have not done any exhaustive survey or anything in order to make any definite conclusion. We are only surmising some of the possibilities. In the case of Karnataka, there are actually 28 seats, and both the groups, that is NDA and UPA, in a sense, NDA is actually BJP because they are contesting all the seats, except I think Mandya seat they have left it for an independent, but that's not part of NDA or anything. That's just a separate issue. UPA, of course, is primarily JDS and Congress, and these are the two major forces. Now, each of them is claiming they will get 20 seats. Very interesting. Unlike in Tamil Nadu, where both the groups are claiming they will get all the 40, including Pondicherry. Here, seems to be more what one can call realistic or conservative. They are not telling they will take all the 28. Tamil Nadu, because in the past it has happened. That is, all the 39 were taken by one group and the other group did not have anything at all. Anyhow, the issue is very, very interesting. What is the interesting thing is one of the time in which Congress and JDS are together. Traditionally, they have always opposed each other in many of the constituencies. JDS, as you might be aware, is a party of Deve Gowda. His two sons, both of them are, one is the chief minister, one is the cabinet minister in Karnataka. And he has now asked his grandsons also to step into the political arena and stand for election. One of his grandson from Kumaraswamy is standing from Mandya, and other grandson is standing from Assam. These are supposedly Deve Gowda's what one can call strongholds. But last time actually they did not fare well in the poll. Last time, of course, it was it was not a coalition between JDS and Congress.
It was a three-way contest.
If you remember, even in the assembly poll, there was no coalition. After the assembly poll, they formed what they call secular coalition to prevent communal forces from coming to power. That's one of the important sentences you should remember if you ever want to come to power, excluding BJP. So the JDS has only something like 36, 37 MLAs, and Congress also has something like 100 plus. But unfortunately, neither of them on their own have the what one can call the magic number of 111 or 112. Anyhow, so they have formed the government. So JDS is a junior partner, but Chief Minister is from JDS. Now they have formed a coalition. And of course, it's a usual lot of tension between the two. Every alternate day, the Chief Minister makes a complaint or he weeps. He says, I'm being treated as a clerk only and I'm not given any adequate importance and other thing. And he says this type of situation cannot last. That's what he is telling every day. So, we call, you might be knowing one proverb in Tamil, Nityakandam Purnayas. So every day this government appears to be falling. But government is having Purna Ayush. That is
sir, as an aside, whenever test batsman Krishnamachari Srikanth used to bat, that's what we used to say.
Yeah. So this is how it government and this Congress, many of these ministers and the chairman of various corporations are very unhappy. They claim that development, quote unquote, schemes are not being encouraged by the Chief Minister. Basically, what they mean is, there should be enough, what one can call in the gravy train. Something should be available to each one of us. What is the point of being a BDA chairman or what you call pollution control board chairman and this chairman and the chairman? One, of course, is you have a car and you have an office room and you have a driver, you have a secretary and all this, but that's not by itself adequate actually. So what is that? I remember when J.H. Patel used to be the Chief Minister of Karnataka, quite number of, he is actually a very, very well-known socialist. He comes from that background. He became Chief Minister in various permutation combinations, circumstances. So he was accused of allotting some land. Those days, this is a very regular type of a thing in the, at least in Karnataka, very common. Every Chief Minister is accused of, allotting land. Anyhow, in and around Bangalore. So he was a man who was, was no nonsense, I would say. He would, if people ask him, do you drink? He says, yes, I drink. What is there? After 8 p.m. only I drink, he says. And he was known as a womanizer and so many things. And some press fellow once asked, he says, what is your problem? it should be my wife's problem. So when they asked this land thing, he asked a counter question. See, I am a Chief Minister of the state. He told the population some 5 crore in those days. And then the area of the state and all that he gave statistics. And he asked the press fellow, such a person like me, who is the Chief Minister, cannot allot 160 by 40 plot to somebody known to me. What is it? If I cannot do that, what is the point of being Chief Minister? He asked. that press reporters were really dundaxed. They didn't know how to react to this. It's like, some King Dasarada telling, can I not offer one cow to a poor fellow who has come to request me for some daan. Like that he asked. So like that, here all these developmental activities are not encouraged. That is a complaint of many of the Congress legislature. Now, 2 or 3 things we should observe. One is Mandya seat is very adjacent to this Bangalore.
Mysore, yeah.
Between Mysore and Bangalore. And it's considered as a sugarcane and as well as Gowda. Gowdas are the most dominant community there. It's a Deve Gowda territory, it used to be called. There used to be one Ambarish, who was a film actor, and he's also a Gowda. He is from Mandya, and he was very popular among certain sections, both as a film actor as well as a politician. He was he was even called, nicknamed as Mandya the Gandu, the man from Mandya, that type of a thing. He is no more. His wife is now contesting as an independent. This is a very, very interesting development. She is not contesting as a Congress candidate because that seat has been allotted in the alliance to the JDS. And that has been given to the grandson of Deve Gowda. That is H.D. Kumaraswamy's son. That is the Chief Minister's son. The Chief Minister's son, very interesting, the assets filing, he has quoted something like, 18 crore as movable assets and immovable, and then vehicles and other things, 3 crores. See, he's a young boy. He didn't seem to have had any, known sources of income, right? So you cannot even accuse him of disproportionate asset to the known sources of income. There are no known sources of income at all. So it is only disproportionate assets. That's all. Disproportionate to what you can call. If you ask me, I would say disproportionate to possible sources of income which he could have earned, something like that. Anyhow, he is very well off. He is standing. And the local Congress people are not fully enthusiastic about it. And BJP, fortunately, has not put any candidate there. They told they will support the wife of this Ambarish as an independent. So there is a possibility that the son of CM may be defeated. In which case, and she is getting huge amount of public support at least. She has made it into a self-respect, Swabhimana of Mandya people. And she herself is not a Gowda, but she is married to a Gowda.
That's what I thought. Sumalata is mother tongue is Telugu.
No, some people told me she's actually from Kerala, based Telugu.
I see.
Anyhow, but she is married to Ambarish. That is more than adequate. She has been like, for instance, in Tamil Nadu, Kanimozhi, who is the son of Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti was the original name of Karnataka.
Right.
Actually, she is told as daughter of Dakshinamurti. Because that time Karnataka, sort of unfortunately denied that she is his daughter. Because it was through, in a sense, it's not a wedded wife. It was what he used to call Tunevi.
So, born out of wedlock.
Born out of wedlock or born out of lock or whatever it is you call it, right? She now claims that she is a Nadar because her mom is a Nadar. It's a very interesting thing. Karunanidhi was not a Nadar. Karunanidhi was the same Vedala on community. But she says that she is original Nadar now. So like that, the Sumalata also can claim to be a Gowda. This very, but more important is the type of crowd she is getting is worrisome to the Chief Minister as well as to Deve Gowda. Chief Minister says these Congress people are backstabbing me. He is telling, he should know that the Congress normally doesn't do backstabbing. They do front stabbing only.
What honesty. What honesty.
Yeah. So that is a very interesting thing. So most probably he may, if he loses, the chances of this government falling is very high. Because then it will be very difficult to, because it would be due to the, what Congress machinations they will allege. Now, issue is, the alliances are very interesting. They are not just arithmetic, very important. For instance, Mayawati always used to complain that my people, I can ask them to vote. For other parties, they do it. Any lamppost she shows, her followers will go and vote. She has such a, what do you call her?
Hold.
Loyal following, actually. They think that she would do things only for their welfare, not anything out of that, right? But our complaint is the other party's vote bank doesn't come to me. For instance, lot of Yadavs, Rajputs and others, even if their parties ask them to, in our alliance, they don't ship their votes to me. This is our complaint. This is a sort of, it's a become one way. It's not transitive. Like X implies X loves Y loves X. That type of thing doesn't take place. X loves Y. That's all. Period. So same way here. Traditionally, for the last something like roughly 30 years, more than that, 40 years, JDS and Congress were fighting each other. They were the full-fledged warriors against each other, particularly in this belt, in the belt of between say Bangalore and Mysore.
Mysore.
But BJP was never a major force in this area at all, in that sense of the term. But now these two have combined together. It's very difficult for somebody who has fought for 40 years suddenly to be become friendly and coordinate and coalesce and just all that. The JDS votes will come to Congress for the simple reason they would like to preserve their government. The chief minister is from JDS. They would not like to do anything to upset the apple cart, and by and large, they feel that the Gowda family will take care of the interest of the entire area, entire belt and other. But Congress is not necessarily having such a feeling. This is the major problem. Congress votes getting shifted to JDS is going to be a bigger issue. So my hunch is much of the Congress vote may not shift to JDS, in which case JDS will be in a very, very tight position, both in Mandya as well as in Hassan, where this there is another minister called Revanna, who is actually the elder son of Deve Gowda. This is one area of research one can do. The younger sons are only preferred by these family-run parties. See, Karnataka preferred only the second one. He did not openly prefer, but anyhow, he did not prefer the eldest son, who has been thrown into Madurai and all that. Similarly, here also the elder son is not appreciated. Revanna. He's only a PWD minister or something. So, Akhilesh, every example one can give. The first son is not. Maybe they want the second son to be more aggressive or active or whatever the reason. And this Revanna son is also standing from another constituency, Hassan, that has been given up by Deve Gowda. And you should believe me, there was a public meeting in which the grandson and the son both wept copiously. You know why they wept? They wept because of the tyag or sacrifice made by Deve Gowda in renouncing the seat. To whom? That they did not say. To his own grandson. That was considered as one of the major breakthrough events in the annals of Karnataka history. Now this Revanna, of course, is considered to be what you may loosely use the word superstitious. He feels, which direction he should sit, and even the table arrangement, chair arrangement, everything he has got ideas as per his astrologer only. Forget about filing of nomination and other things. Those are very critical. If somebody says 1221, you should file, he will say yes. Every day, this Revanna was supposed to be traveling 600 kilometers up and down.
Why?
His hometown to check with the astrologer what should be done the next day. That is, like, there is something called in some papers they call today's Rasi Palan. They publish actually.
Right.
I read it because it's highly humorous. They put a sentence telling today you will have a advantage of traveling in vehicles. So I eagerly wait for some Uber or Ola to come and pick me up. So that is the Vagana Prapti, they say. That is very important. That I will have a benefit of having a Vagan. Or they will say that quarrels with parents, neither of them is alive for me. But anyhow, quarrels with parents will be settled amicably. So I am very happy about that also. Like that, daily he consults his astrologer, and accordingly only he does things. In his office room, where his table is located, where the window is there, how you should. Everything is as per his astrological guidance. His son is standing, and there one of the renowned seasoned fellow, one Mandya, who has seen all the parties. There are some people who have seen all the political parties. Like Pranav Karse in Tamil Nadu, was the Congress chief. He was in every political party. So there's a very all-party meeting for him to be conducted is very easy because he can stand before a mirror and talk to himself. So like that. So this Baju is standing against this elder son's son. That is what in Kannada called Mamaha of this Deve Gowda, grandson. So if he loses also, it's going to be a huge, unbelievable upset. And Deve Gowda himself is finding some difficulties. You see, he's 88. I do not know why he should really torture himself standing for this election, because it's a very hot sun, and you have to, whether you like it or not, you have to go around meeting people, campaign, and all that. And by the time the Lok Sabha term ends, he will be something like 93, not a very young age or something. For instance, a lot of people are criticizing Advani is neglected, Murali Manohar Joshi is neglected, and this fellow, who Shatrughan Sinha is telling of all the person. Now, Shatrughan Sinha, there is a rumor he will join Congress. I knew Congress has got a minority cell, Congress has got women's cell, Congress has got a cell for safeguarding the interest of weaker section and all these things. I never knew Congress has got Alcoholic Anonymous. Why are they admitting this Shatrughan Sinha? Because after 8 p.m. he cannot give any interviews, and deliberately the press people go after 8 p.m. to ask him questions. So, and he is telling Advani and M.M. Joshi are, the fact of the matter is, many of these people, Advani, nobody wants to talk it aloud or anything. Even Malayam Singh, they are all having problem of dementia. They forget. They remember what happened in 1952 and partition time. They can give a lot of lecture and talk on it. But what did you take for today's breakfast? Sorry, they don't remember. So this is factual. It's nothing to do, and I won't consider it as bad or anything. It's an age-related issue. Now, when you are 91, and if you don't have dementia, then that could be a problem. And they may be not knowing that they have dementia. That itself is a dementia. These are all complicated things. Anyhow, the forgetfulness is there, and your body is something like a machine. Beyond a point, it doesn't really help you. Same way, Deve Gowda, I really sympathize with him, because he has to. This is a very hot season here. If you are in this part of the world, you will know what I am talking about. Today, for instance, Bangalore is more hotter than even this Chennai. That type of, at least Chennai has got some, you sweat it out there. Here you don't sweat it out also. Issues are there. So he is anyhow standing for election from, and the Congress fellow who won last time, he is refusing to quit. He says, I will contest. It is my constituency, as usual, I would like to serve the people. Nobody, I have seen every one of them want to serve the people. That is something, the whole India is like a hotel, So all want to be servers of people who are sitting before the banana leaf. So I want, nobody says he wants to become an MP or MLA to make money. That would be the most fascinating type of a actual statement. I would like to become an MLA because I have not made much money and my wife and children are harassing me. Why are you not making money? And so I want to. That they are not telling. They say they would like to serve the people of this country. Anyhow, so that MP is also standing. So, by chance, let me tell, purely by chance, if all the three get defeated, two grandson and the old man, it will be catastrophic. The party is finished. Even if one of the grandson is defeated, the party is having conversions. Already the party has got 37 or 36 MLAs and it will go down. According to me, this election will be the demise of JDS, slowly. And the only issue is BJP should not go and try to help JDS. That they always do. Whenever JDS is in crisis, BJP steps out or steps in order to do ameliorate or because BJP thinks Congress is their main enemy. They do not realize that JDS is one of those mushrooming things which doesn't have any. Simple thing is they want power for their extended family and other. For instance, there is a North Bangalore seat they were allotted. They gave it back to Congress, telling that we do not have enough people to contest. What you may loosely call, we don't have a appropriate candidate. Appropriate mean what the in simple English what they mean is, in our family and extended family all are exhausted now. We have only toddlers and babes in arm who cannot contest as per EC regulation. So what do we do? So we cannot give it to outsiders also. So they have given it back. So my point is, the end of JDS should be welcomed by BJP. They should leave it at that. But there is a segment in BJP which would always like to help JDS. This is a big problem for BJP. And same thing like in Tamil Nadu, there is a segment which would like to help the DMK within the BJP. So there is the smaller parties have bigger problem of dealing with this. But here the bigger party has got this problem. According to me, JDS should be allowed to die. And Congress and BJP can be two-party system in Karnataka. As I told you a long time before, I think, states like Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan even, used to have very powerful socialist leaders. And all those socialist parties were absorbed either by Congress or BJP. Now all the three states have become two-party states only. Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Gujarat, only two parties are there. That is BJP and Congress. Same way Karnataka also they can bring it up. So my own assessment is BJP may not be, JDS may not be doing so well in this election. Even though they have demanded and wanted a lot of seats and other. Congress may do relatively better, actually. But, the infighting is there in all the parties. As I think I do not know whether I mentioned it on the thing. One V.R. Radhakrishnan was a great Gandhian. He stood for election in 1967 on Congress ticket in Mylapore constituency in Chennai. Rama Rangandal of DMK was against him. He won the DMK won the seat. But V.R. Radhakrishnan used to tell me, very interesting, within your party you have got more enemies than in the outside, other parties. Where are the, there is a famous talk about one of the youngsters went to parliament, he got elected. So he was very enthusiastic and he was very, full of vigor. So there was an elderly person who has been in parliament for a long time. So this youngster went and sat with him and told, who are they? He told they are all the other parties. Oh, they are the opposition. They are our enemies sitting there. Like that, the youngster shouted. The elder person told, relax. They are opposition. But our enemies are all behind us, our own people. Those who are sitting there are opposition parties. So, same way, within Congress and within BJP, there is a lot of tussle going on. For instance, this Bangalore South, so much was discussed that Prime Minister himself may contest. Ananthakumar's wife was one of the serious contenders. Finally, it has been allotted to a young lawyer, very bright and brilliant fellow actually. But he is 28 years or something. Whether he would be able to really win or not, we have to wait and see. But the issue is it has created some heartburn among the other senior contenders of the seat. So how much of these can be cemented, brought to a common fold is an issue. So in Karnataka, there is, I think, this 20 seat and other thing is going to be a tough task for either parties. Maybe, maybe BJP may be able to get something, not necessarily 20 in that order. And Congress may be able to take that. But JDS will be the one which will be one of the sufferers of the whole theme or whole deal, actually. And second is, after the poll, or you will find a lot of convulsions in BJP in Karnataka. There is a lot of discontent, and there is too many leaders working at cross purposes and other things. And Yediyurappa is not as he used to be when he was young. He is also in leads 76, 77 type of thing. So they have to find an appropriate leader who can, who can sort of gel all these factions within the JDA, within the BJP in Karnataka. So that is going to be a very, very major task. That will be for the for the benefit of the next generation. That's very important. So that is what will take place, or that is what is expected. Right.
Recent observations, and let's see how it plays out. And Professor RV, we will be back again to discuss other states. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks a lot.